when I was working on my PhD, I was living in a house with 3 other housemates. And we had agreed to split the bill evenly, and which seemed okay. But we got our phone bill, and I discovered that there were numerous calls to India, and only one of my roommates was from India. He denied making the phone calls, and he thought it was strange. And we argued about it, but in the end, I think the rest of the roommates all decided it would be best just to pay their fair share of it and not cause drama. I mean, we were all going to school, and the last thing we wanted was any sort of drama when our share of the bill was like $10-20, and so we all paid it. I was more upset that he denied it. If he had admitted to calling it and still wanted us to pay, I might have paid it, but he completely denied it. Now, on a hunch, I decided to look up his Facebook account, and I discovered that his family was from the same city as where all the phone calls were going. And one day we're just having a casual conversation, just talking about the weather and nothing else. I said, "Isn't that interesting? Those phone calls went to so-and-so city. I mean, how's your family doing over there?" He still denied it. He said it was just a coincidence. That's a big city, right? It was just a coincidence. And out of frustration, I decided to call a friend in Poland, and I kept her on the line for 2 hours. And that was that. I felt good as I was doing it. Well, the phone bill came, and we had to pay for the calls to India and Poland now. So everybody had to pony up an extra $30-40. And the end result was that we all paid for a bunch of phone calls that we really didn't have to make, and we probably wouldn't have made if we had to pay 100% of the bill. And so here in 2022, all the inflation we're having is from all the stimulus that we had last year, 2 years ago, right at the beginning of COVID-19, when we all bought a lot of shit that we didn't need, right? And now we all have to collectively pay for our fair share of the shit that we didn't really need, right? And now we're struggling to put gasoline in our car. We're not really struggling to put food on the table, I would say. We usually put way too much food on the table, so that might be a net positive. It's going to be a psychological setback now that people have to eat a normal amount of food now, right? But I think the sooner we get over that hump, the better. Unfortunately, our leader, Brandon, wants to give even more people more food stamps, right? We'll see how that turns out. And the end result is that 2 years later, we'll all be paying for this extra food that we didn't need that was killing us. Whatever.